There are 124,000 completed new homes sitting unsold across America right now. That is the highest number in 16 years. And somewhere in that number is your company. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to walk any buyer from uncertainty to commitment so you finally sell those homes that have been sitting in your community. Now, I know this works because I've personally coached new home sales teams in slow markets and high rate environments just like yours for over 2 decades. And the salespeople who consistently close all make the same identity shift. They stop being a tour guide and become a decision guide. So in this video, I'm gonna break the whole thing down, what the shift means, 3 steps to achieve it, and exactly what to say in your next sales conversation. By the way, if you don't know me, I'm Jason Forrest, and for the last 20 years, I've been coaching sales teams across the country, writing books on selling, and dedicating my life to one mission, helping salespeople earn what they're truly worth. So let's get into it. All right, let me ask you something. When a buyer walks into your model, what is your job? See, most salespeople, if they're being honest, would say something like, show them the home, answer their questions, point out the upgrades, and hope they connect with it. That is a tour guide, and tour guides are incredibly useful at museums, on river cruises, and in national parks. But in new home sales, a tour guide is the most expensive role that you can ever play. Because here's the truth about today's buyer. They're not uninformed, they're overwhelmed. They came in already having seen 10 communities, hundreds of homes online, watched the YouTube walkthroughs, browsed Zillow at midnight, and read every Google review on your homes. They have more information than any homebuyer in history. What they don't have is certainty, clarity, and freedom. What they don't have is confidence and resolution. What they don't have is someone like you to help them cut through the noise and make a decision. So that is now your job, not to inform, but to lead them to a resolution. The shift from being a tour guide to a servant and a leader and a protector is not a tactic, it's an identity shift. And it changes everything about how you show up in the room. A decision guide does 3 things, and I want to walk you through each one so you not only understand it, but you can do it today. Step 1, expose the real problem. See, most salespeople start a conversation by talking about the home. That's the wrong move. A decision guide starts the conversation by surfacing what's going on for the buyer, like inside of their soul, in their heart, in their mind. Because here's what most buyers will say when they walk in. We're just looking, or we want to see what's out there. Those are not real problems, those are shields. So your job is to ask questions that move past the shield and into their story. These are questions I want you to start asking. Tell me what prompted you to start looking now. What changed in your life that says this is a good time to start looking? What does your current situation look like, and what do you wish was different about it? If you found the right home today and everything made sense, what would have to be true for you to move forward? These aren't small talk questions, they're excavation questions, and you're uncovering the pain they're moving away from and the vision that they're moving toward. Listen to me right now. You cannot guide someone to a destination you don't know they want to reach. And here's a bonus. When a buyer tells you their real situation, the one that's hidden, buried, and suppressed, that they don't currently trust you on, but they eventually will, when you follow my advice, that apartment wall that they've been staring at for the last 5 years, and the kids who never had their own room, and the neighborhood that they've been trying to get out of for years, yeah, they're not just giving you information, they're reminding themselves why they need to make a decision. And you've just activated their emotional urgency. And you didn't have to manufacture it with some discount or cheesy coupon or fear of missing out technique. Now, step number 2, frame the home as the solution. See, this is where most salespeople accidentally become tour guides again. They've had a great discovery conversation. They found out the buyer is done with their old house that needs a home office, wants a neighborhood where the kids can walk to school. And then the moment the salesperson walks into the model, they say this. So this is the kitchen. It has quartz countertops and a gas range. Again, that's a tour. A decision guide connects every feature to a specific problem the buyer just told you about. I want you to watch the difference. Here's the tour guide version. The home office off the main hallway is 12 by 14 with a double window. Now here's the decision guide version. You mentioned the kitchen table setup isn't cutting it anymore, and this is the room that fixes that. Separate space, a door that closes, natural light. This is where your productivity and your family and your future all come together. See, same room, completely different experience, and therefore a completely different emotional state inside of your customer. So when you frame the home as the solution to their specific problem, you don't have to sell the home anymore because the home sells itself, because the buyer is now picturing their life in it, not just inspecting the finishes. All right, step number 3, lead toward commitment. See, this is the step most salespeople skip, delay, or apologize for, but not you anymore, because you're watching this video and you have an unfair advantage now. So this is the step I believe is the most important one. So when you guide a buyer towards commitment, it's not pressure, it's service. Think about the last time you went to a doctor. The doctor didn't show your x-rays and then said, "So, what are you thinking? No rush, take your time, let me know what feels right." The doctor reviewed your situation, made a diagnosis, and said, "Here's what I recommend, and here's why." See, that's what a decision guide does. And after you've uncovered the real problem and connected the home to the solution and earn the right to lead, and leading now looks like this. Summarizing what you heard, you're going to say, "Hey, based on everything you told me today, the lease ending in March, the neighborhood for your kids, wanting to be closer to your parents, this home solves all 3 of those things." Am I reading that right? See, naming the decision clearly, so the question isn't really, this is the right home. The question is whether you're ready to make that decision today or whether there's something else that you need to resolve first. Addressing hesitation with honesty sounds like this. What would have to be true for you to feel completely confident moving forward? You see, you're not pushing, you're pulling, and pulling them towards a decision they already want to make, but can't quite give themselves permission to make it without someone just like you leading them there. And this is critical when inventory is sitting. See, buyers in slow markets are watching other buyers. They're waiting to see if someone else blinks first. When you lead confidently, you give them permission to be decisive, and that's a gift, not a sales technique. I want to make sure this doesn't just feel good in theory, so I've put together a 1-page decision guide worksheet. You can download right now. The link is in the description. It's 3 steps. You fill it out before or after your conversation with a buyer, and it keeps you focused on their real problem, how your home solves it, and what question you need to ask to move forward. Use it before every single experience. Use it after a conversation that stalled. It's a simple reminder that your job isn't to show the home, it's to guide the decision. Remember what I told you at the beginning of this video? Unsold housing inventory just hit 124,000 completed new homes, the highest number in 16 years. And in the markets like Florida and Texas, the competition from resale inventory makes it even harder. The housing market inventory numbers are stacking up, and most salespeople are letting those numbers stack up inside their heads too. So here's what everyone in your market is doing with that information. They're panicking, they're discounting, and they're apologizing. See, showing homes with a defensive posture that buyers can feel in the first 30 seconds. Here's what a decision guide does with it. Uses it as an advantage because a completed move-in ready home means no waiting, no surprises, no construction delays, and the buyer can see exactly what they're getting. Walk the finished floors, feel the light in the morning, picture their furniture and their future self, and they get excited about moving in before the summer. That's not a problem, that's your pitch. Remember, you're not responsible for the market, but you are responsible for leading the buyer inside of the market. And now you know exactly how to do it. If you found this video helpful, share it with a teammate, not a competitor, who's carrying the weight of sitting inventory right now. They need to hear it, and you need to serve, lead, and protect them too. And if this resonated with you, you need to experience the full 5-4-3 factor conversion challenge. It's a 5-day, 1 hour a day live coaching experience where I personally will teach you the mindset, the process, and the language to increase your conversion rate without pressure and without discounting. The link is in the description. This is Jason Forrest. Push yourself to become a better version of you.